Banger alert. Warning. Bangers. Warning. Potential bangers. Yo, what up, man?
All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Beers and bets. We're here for the Week 8 NFL recap.
It's jerseys for Von.
Yep.
It's jerseys for Von Miller right here.
Right on. How? Explain.
Because, man, they did the right thing for that guy.
They moved him to a good team.
In a situation where he can go win a Super Bowl, and that's what a classy organization does. They don't do something like the Patriots would pull where they just cut you or something like that. No, and that line's going to be sick for the Rams going forward. So, no, I just had to rock it because it's like the only Rams thing I still have. And
yeah. Right on. Okay.
Yeah. A sad day for Broncos country, man, because
they didn't have a choice.
No, but and a 2 and a 3, that's not a bad pickup.
He's going to leave regardless, probably at the end of the year. And you're going to get a fifth then. I mean, you're not going to pay him 18 to 20 million.
No, no.
Someone will, but it's not going to be Denver.
Not Denver.
I don't think.
Yeah, so the Rams get Von Miller. The Broncos get a second and third round pick in next year's draft. At what point does this strategy fuck the Rams where they trade away draft picks for players and then only get them for, who's to say that Von Miller even plays for him next year? They probably won't be able to afford him.
He probably won't.
On the cap.
They did that with Ramsey too, right? Like, and he did stay, or did they pick up?
They had money. They had money to lock him into a new deal at the time.
They got him.
Yeah. But I mean, the Rams are basically going all in this year, which I still don't know if it puts them over the top. I really don't. And at some point you need to build your team for depth. You can't just bring in a Pro Bowler for half a season and then, lose in the second round of the playoffs or the NFC Championship. And then where does that, like, you're not building a team. You're just trying to go all in year after year, and it hasn't worked so far. Who's to say it's going to work now?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and I guess when we see it not work, it's because you can only keep it up for so many years before you're stuck paying aging Aaron Donald and slowing down Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
And Stafford's 40 years old. It's not sustainable unless it works.
If it works, who the fuck is going to be on their team? Like, come 3 years from now, if this all goes to hell, like,
and they're probably planning on losing the lawsuit. So, like, then they'll be like, it's St. Louis's problem to figure out. We were just trying to get a win in LA before we left.
Yeah, hey, I'll take that. Fuck them.
But like next year in the draft, the Rams have 2 7th-round picks and a possible 3rd-round compensatory pick. So how do you, how do you fill out your roster with that lack of picks?
I don't really understand. That approach. I've never seen that done, but maybe that little fucker knows something.
Especially,
he knows how to have the best offense ever, then get to the Super Bowl and only put up 3 points.
Yeah. Right. Right.
That's what that fucker knows.
So all right. So,
but Matt, I heard you had a great. How's the betting?
Yeah, just clear out. Give me the ball for a minute. Let me rant. I don't even know where to start. I got the.
We'll start with the chair here.
We'll start with the Bengals. I've got the Cincinnati Bengals on like 2 or 3 money line parlays. They're up 11 in the 4th quarter. Mike White brings them all the way back. Now the Jets are up by 3 points in the 4th quarter. The Bengals defense gets a stop on 3rd and 11, or at least I thought they did. And then there's a terrible helmet-to-helmet call. And the Jets proceed to run out the clock. That call not only lost me money yesterday, but how many eliminator pools were just ruined by that shitty helmet-to-helmet call? The defender's got his helmet below the waist of the running back that caught the ball, and the running back last second dips his head down and meets him. Right. If anything, that should be a flag on the offense for helmet.
I'd agree with you. The more violent of the two was the offensive player.
Yeah.
He came in clearly more violent, looking to hit that.
Oh, but what sucks too is that they're fucking just like we know, man. Those defenders, like, dude, they're trained. Refs are trained to look for that on the defensive end, not on the offensive end. So the minute that the defender's helmet gets low like that, if he hits that helmet, no matter what, dude, and you know for damn well that fucking running back knew that if he gets contact on his helmet,
I'm sure he wasn't even thinking about that.
But dude, if you watch enough film and you see shit like that, it's like, man, chances are that's going on the defense. They're not going to call that on you. When's the last time you've seen that? Like, call it an offense. So I don't know, man.
Anyways, it was a terrible call. The Jets run out the clock after it, and that was just the beginning of a terrible day. I've also got the Jags plus 17 on a 5-team teaser bet, which I didn't even know was a possible thing until yesterday morning. And I was like, oh, if you put 5 teams in a teaser, you can get plus 13 on each spread. So one of those 5 teams is the Jags plus 17. The Jags score a late touchdown to cut it to 24-7, which is 17. They would have covered it. Onside kick gets returned for the touchdown. There goes that plus 17 bet out the window.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that was a rough one.
Oh, shit.
And then we got more. Bad. We got more. I got the Chargers to win by between 1 and 6 points. They're winning by 1 point in the fourth quarter. Herbert throws a really bad pick 6.
Oh, yeah.
There goes that one out the window. Also have Chargers Bucks parlayed together. They both lose. That one never had a chance. And then we get to the night game. I hear the news that Dak Prescott's out with an injury. Let me take a drink just to take a breath and a drink.
Yeah, because at some point you have to ask yourself, are these bad beats or are these just
bad bets? Bad bets in general, when you really look back at them.
You're taking,
a couple of these other ones, I have the Lions money line involved in a couple of these parlays. So that's a mistake in general to have the Lions on more than one.
Bad beers and bets with Matt. That should be
what the fuck.
But we get to the night game. I'm chasing money at this point. I just need to win a bet. So I parlay.
So you bet the over in the World Series game and then the Cowboys to win like I did, right?
No, you take the, I don't know. It seemed smart at the time. Vikings Astros money line parlay. As I put it in,
how much had you been drinking at this point?
I think I had probably had 9 by this point. I was saving 3 for the night game.
9 what?
9 small batch bourbon.
Maybe there might have been some leftover Halloween whiskey in there as well.
Small batch bourbon.
So, a couple small batch bourbons.
Yeah, Jesus.
But yeah, the Vikings Astros parlay. Kirk Cousins. I haven't even brought up the Colts. I have the Colts tied to a couple of these parlay bets. I will never bet on Carson Wentz or Kirk Cousins in another parlay again. And we do the group text thing where we share like weird parlays Sunday morning.
Right.
If I ever have the Colts or the Vikings with Kirk Cousins in one of those parlays, just please talk me out of it. Like I'm not. Neither one of us or Carson Wentz
capable of that, dude.
Carson Wentz is fucking Jameis Winston on steroids. Like Jameis Winston would watch some of those interceptions and be like, "What the fuck was he thinking?"
Well, poor Jameis.
And if we go all the way back to the Thursday night picks, which we did on last week's podcast, I had 2 player props. I had Rondale Moore over 33 yards. I had Rondale Moore over 3.5 receptions. Those both lost, which tallies me an 0-11 record for my bets for week 8 of the NFL.
Hey, man.
So it was rough.
You might want
to That's actually hard to do. That is very hard to do.
This is
0 for 11.
Stick to the trivia, dude. You're good at
stop betting on NFL.
That was the problem. I spent too much of my Sunday morning putting together these trivia questions for later. I didn't spend enough time researching my bets. I just fired the bets in.
Well, dude, no, that makes sense though, because like this is for nothing, not money at all.
You had no time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
the
like
trivia is just all for pride.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Why would you worry
time management?
Betting when you could worry about
it was Halloween weekend, you know. I
clearly questions that nobody's gonna know the answer to.
You were fully embracing your Munson.
Yeah. So the Bucks have a bye week coming up. I will have a personal bye week on the wagers. I will not be placing wagers on
Wait, they got to buy. They got to buy this week though.
Yes.
That's a good time for one actually.
Yeah. They could use it.
They needed a step back to reality kind of deal.
All right. So that was my Sunday. Brad, you fill us in. What's your big takeaway? What do you want to talk about coming off of Sunday?
My big take, I'm gonna just keep saying what I've kind of been saying. I think the Cowboys are the best Super Bowl contender in the NFC.
Out of your fucking mind.
I think they proved it to, considering the Vikings are very much in the hunt. Yeah, the thing is, they got to deal with the NFC West.
Too damn small.
I know. Looks like it's yours from like 8th grade.
Yeah, I think it is. Might be. That could be the year.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It's a good one, though. I like it.
I'm not saying they're the best.
I might strangle it.
Yeah, why are you wearing an undershirt? Jesus, that's got to be
uncomfortable. Tell me about the fucking Cowboys again, you idiot, because this is all.
I'm not saying they're the best team in the NFC, but I think they will be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs, just based on the division sucks. And you kind of think about too, as I looked into it more, it's like their schedule is easy. They're at Kansas City, they have the Raiders, at New Orleans, and the Cardinals. Those are the only 4 games that they have a chance to really lose. You're talking about one of the best wide receiver duos, a team with 2 solid running backs. I mean, they're just a deep offense. When Gallup's back, they go 3 wide. They're dangerous. They go 2 tight ends with Jarwin and Schultz. They're dangerous.
They can run the ball as well. It's hard to pick something to stop.
The run defense is no joke. I mean, they're holding people to under 88 yards a game. Diggs is back there doing his thing. They moved Parsons, the kind of stud rookie inside linebacker, whatever linebacker.
Last night.
Yeah, he's incredible.
It's like, and he's truly a DN. They've shifted him entirely to DN.
Right, but I'm saying he can float.
But
he played quite a bit at off the ball linebacker.
Off the ball,
night.
but it's more all like at the line kind of stuff. He's no longer an inside backer at all, I feel like. And it's amazing how quickly he's kind of progressed. And people forget DeMarcus Lawrence, one of the better pass rushers in the league, is back in like 3 or 4 weeks for that defense. So I think it's kind of like the rich getting richer there.
Yeah.
Who do you like more? Who do you like more
I
to
still
be the number 1 seed in the NFC?
I mean, I still like the Bucks actually to be the number 1 seed in the NFC, despite their loss yesterday. The Bucks have an easy remaining schedule as well. And another team I could throw out there to just beat the Cowboys, whether it's in Green Bay or in Dallas, I'd take the Packers to beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. I know they're not as well rounded, but just
I for an interesting matchup with Diggs versus Devontae.
We've seen Dak do incredible things, but it's kind of like the same. Kyler Murray, I would throw in the same boat. We haven't seen him like win a big playoff game, like really do it when it counts.
I agree. So, I just think I trust Dak more than I would trust Kyler in terms of guys that haven't done it yet. Yeah. He just seems to have a little more.
He's like more legit. It's
more composure, I guess, at this point in their career.
Yeah. So
you like anybody different, Jimmy, in the NFC?
I think.
As the one, as the number 1.
I mean, what about Von Miller and the Rams?
That's what I'm saying. The Rams would be my pick there, like just to be that team. But I like what Matt said about the Pack too, just because it's fucking Aaron Rodgers, man. You can't count him out. And the one thing that's still like, and it hasn't happened, so you can't really. But an injury to Matt Stafford would be a critical blow, and he's been hurt a lot in his career. So like, if that happened, that would be the end of and like any team, obviously.
You'd say the same about any team's quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not the other quarterbacks in that division. Well, Dak, but or in that conference, like they don't have the history like he actually does. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Stafford has gotten hurt, whereas like there's
Kyler a little bit.
I put Kyler in that category a little.
Tom hasn't gotten hurt.
I put Kyler a little there where it seems like he always is dealing with something, a shoulder or a knee.
Kind of like I got what you're saying. Yeah. But again, those aren't reasons to not pick a team. So if you're looking at just on the board, the addition of Von Miller to that front fucking whatever, dude, you have Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and then the other idiot they got. I mean, they got 3 guys on there, or maybe a line. I was watching whatever today, and but then you have fucking Ramsey outside, man, and it's just I mean, I don't know if there's a tougher like defensive, because like we've talked about on here, having the guys on the line and then having a corner, or like having a linebacker and having a corner or a guy on the line. That combo of 2 out of those 3 can be.
They're so good at certain positions. They've got people that are just exceptional at enough positions that it makes it easy on the other guys on the Rams defense. Is what it is.
They don't have to do too much. And then they become playmakers because they working.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not really big on the Rams. I'm rocking this for Von Miller, but yeah.
The other news we got to talk about is the Derrick Henry injury. It's likely that he's out for the season at this point. It's a foot injury that is going to require surgery that'll keep him out for the rest of the year.
Well, no, I was watching today on NFL Network. Rappaport's, it's like it could be a 6-week deal if they really wanted to push it. There's been players that they've played in 6. It's 6 to 10 weeks. So he said, and this is Rappaport on NFL Now said, more than likely he'd be back before the end of 2021. Like if they wanted to have him back on the sideline or some shit like that.
Okay. I agree. I heard the same thing, and I heard Schefter say they're targeting 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So that would bring him back 2 weeks before the season ends. So it would give him a little time.
Probably just save them for the playoffs.
And they put themselves in a great spot.
Introduce them in. You know what I mean? Like, because coming off a foot injury, I think it's a Jones fracture, they call it, but that it takes surgery. You think Adrian Peterson was the right right backup?
I really don't. I mean,
I can't believe they didn't trade for Mack.
Yeah,
Marlon Mack has been available, and what would it cost you? A 3rd-round pick?
I just don't know if the Colts want to do an interdivision trade to a team that's already
I'm sure that's
good.
the reason.
I'm sure they don't want to.
I think that's
them out.
I think even that's the same reason, because I thought that Tyson Williams with the Ravens, because they have all the vets right now. He's not even playing anymore, but that's like another bigger kind of power back. That
dude.
I thought about Philip Lindsay.
Game?
But Philip Lindsay doesn't fit their style.
No,
is the thing.
Dude,
no one runs hard.
No one can do that, dude.
No, but you try to find something to emulate, right?
You go on when this shit happens. You go on the waiver wire and you're like, all right, which guy am I taking off? Because this guy's gonna have a dude. You can't go, dude. You can't go to any player and be like, he's gonna do what Derrick Henry fucking does, man. The guy is. I mean, it's sad, but it was like almost bound to happen. Just the frame, like his size,
the usage.
Like, yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, and Vrabel was pissed. They asked him about that, and he was like, "You really gonna ask me about usage right now?" He was not having that question, man. But yeah, it was a shame because was it reported during the game that he was hurt? Like,
I mean. It wasn't reported how severe it was, but you could tell he was banged up the whole game. I think
he played
from the first quarter
game.
On.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how good, man.
He had the very last rush they had. Yeah.
Vrabel's a hell of a coach, dude, to get his guys to play.
I will. And I think they must
tough,
like.
Man. They're a tough football team.
Yeah. They must like that backup, too, that McNichols, because he's been the backup. Now, this is his 2nd straight year. And granted, it's not a lot of work, but it's like you got to have somebody you trust at least to handle half the load, if he goes down. So
the Bucks drafted McNichols originally, I believe, with a 5th-round pick, and he didn't even make the team as a rookie because he couldn't learn the playbook. He was in San Fran for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a Steve Young thing. Yeah. He moves on to another team and just becomes this Jeremy McNichols, the next Steve Young. You heard it first.
Beers and bets, baby. Hey, if
I still think they win.
If he's been there for 2 years, that he might actually be the guy to pick up because he would know.
He's looked good in relief of Derrick Henry. Yeah.
He's been
not so much as a runner, but as a pass catcher. Maybe
I put a lot of pressure on Tannehill.
Yeah, I think they still win the AFC South though.
They got a good cushion to start with.
That's a huge win.
Big cushion. And the schedule's not too bad either.
Yeah.
Like their toughest 4 games are Rams, New Orleans, New England, and Pittsburgh. You lose 3 of the 4. You still have a division lead. And that would put you at then week 15 with Derrick Henry coming back. You know what I mean? So worst case, you lose 3 of those 4. You're still in the lead. It's
surgery, not some kind of tear or some kind of bullshit. It's like, it might be the perfect time to just give him a little and be like, all right, we're going to get you back for the playoffs and be ready to go, big boy. Cause like, we're going to,
Yeah. He is a workout warrior. He's a fucking freak of nature. So who knows?
As a football fan, it sucks seeing him go down.
To jump to something else. And I know it's almost like a weekly thing that I hate on Baker Mayfield, but I mean, come on, man. He gets a 4-yard run, gets tackled out of bounds, and he jumps up celebrating like he just did something incredible, dude. The next play, they turn the ball over. Like, I just don't like his whole shtick. Like, it's just like, come on, dude. You're this like high energy guy, but you also suck at your position. Like, what are you doing out there? I don't think you're really, I mean, your teammates have seen it by now that you're not really anything special. So I don't like the rah-rah shit when you didn't even do anything.
When you don't do it, I get that. If you don't like it, you're like, don't talk about it, be about it.
It was a response. You know, they needed
you get
something
fired
at
up,
that point.
Man. He did. It was a late shot. He got rocked into the bench and he got up and fucking was just pumped. It's at home. He's trying to get the guys going, man. I don't mind that if it's my quarterback. And I think a lot of teams in the NFL would take that guy as their quarterback. Like, dude, I'd love him in Denver right now. I would take that attitude over. Did you happen to catch the last fucking minute of the Broncos game? I would take that over what the fuck we were dealing with trying to finish.
I think the Vikings would love to have him.
Yeah, I mean, I think more teams in the NFL would prefer like take him over not take. Like, I know he's not. He's got to prove it. But dude,
what do you dislike about him so
much?
Dude,
fucking Landry's dropping balls out there, man. Fucking Odell's a prima donna, man. Get him some guys that care about winning, and fucking we'll find out then.
That Browns Steelers game was the game I watched all the way through on my main TV yesterday. He just missed a ton of throws. Like, that's what I don't like about him. I just don't think he's very good. And when you're not very good and you fucking come off of a 4-yard run, stomping all over the place. When you've scored 10 fucking points all day. I mean, give me a break, dude.
But dude, and I think it's starting to show now. Steelers are a good fucking football team, man. And you were, counting them out.
I still basically I've said Ben is washed up and Ben is fucking.
No, hell yeah. I'm not saying I said they're a good football team. I didn't say anything about Roethlisberger.
Yeah. That's been my point on it. I see Ben being absolutely toast.
It's one of those where it's like I take Ben over other quarterbacks, over probably Bridgewater in the on my team, man. He knows that he's a leader, man, and he makes throws when he has to. Browns fucking Pittsburgh. That was a tough football game. You knew it was going to be a tough game.
It was a good game.
Play by
I feel like every team in the AFC pretty much has a weakness somewhere, though. You know, and a lot of it's game flow for a lot of these teams. Like Steelers, I think one of them. If they get down by too much, they can't come back.
They can't come back, and then the teams that can come back outside of the Chiefs don't know how to fucking win.
Exactly,
they don't know how to win. Like the Titans, the Colts, none of them know how to win. Colts are up 14-0 in 10 minutes.
Maybe the Bills. Maybe the Bills are emerging. I guess
they're probably favorite. They're probably your best shot at saying the team with the least weaknesses in the AFC has got to be the Bills.
Right?
The NFC West.
But even there, they're kind of like obviously they beat the Dolphins 26-11, and it looked good on paper, but they struggled with it.
They did. That game wasn't out of hand till
any team. Yeah, and any team with that kind of weird run game, they're always. Is it Zach Moss? Is it Singletary?
Right. That's what I mean. These teams don't know how to win. That's where the Titans they're not even good, but they have that. At least they have, like when Henry.
They know what they are.
They have that quarterback. Exactly. Yeah. But when he's playing, man, they have the possession receivers, couple good tight ends, and they know how to run the ball. And that's what you do. Yeah. Because like Brad said, with the Bills, it's just, you're like, what the I don't know who you're getting every week at the running. And they think that's a good thing. I don't know.
Teams force them to run the ball, and they really just aren't good enough at it to move the ball consistently on the ground.
Running back they have.
Yeah.
Like the Ravens.
Okay. All right. And one more thing before we move on here. Going back to the Thursday night game, the Packers and Cardinals, Aaron Rodgers with absolutely nobody to throw the ball to, finds a way to get it done. Really just a gutty performance by Rodgers. Kyler Murray throws 2 picks. The second one at the end of the game was not his fault. AJ Green missed a check from a run to a pass and was not looking for the ball.
Not even trying.
Still, Kyler had his worst game of the year. I think it's easy to say that. But
Kyler's cooled off completely. I mean, we went from talking about him with the MVP to now I've thought about benching him in fantasy.
Yeah.
It's
I don't see why he doesn't run the ball more. Every time he runs the ball, it seems like it's a first down. Even when he was short of the first down on that one play Thursday night, they gave him the fucking first down that put him in position to score the winning touchdown. But, and then Brad, one other thing on that game, because I noticed this counting up our record for wins and losses and picks from last week. We had both bet the over 50 in that Packers Cardinals game, which hit when Aaron Jones scored that touchdown, and then they overturned it. I didn't see enough to overturn that Aaron Jones touchdown. I was so surprised that they overturned that. So the over hit, and then it didn't hit.
Did I not put the over in that one?
You picked you had Packers plus 6.5.
Okay,
for that
right
game.
on.
So you got your win in that game.
I was because on that thing I had Packers money line for my notes, and I knew on the podcast I did not say that.
So no, yeah, you had Packers 6.5.
Yeah,
with 6.5 points.
Brad, I told you I thought I had the fucking over in that when we were laughing about it because I was like, man, I put this shit in here and tried to keep an update of it, and I didn't even remember to do that. But
yeah, I think it is interesting though.
You think or what up? What's interesting, Brad?
Oh, I just think because I don't feel like Cardinals really played too many tough teams, and for the Packers to beat them with no receivers, like as we get more into divisional shit, like how are they going to stop the Rams?
Yeah,
you know, if you couldn't stop Rodgers, and they ran it down your throat too. It's
or even
like
the Niners. What I saw in that Thursday night game, the Niners could test them.
Oh, don't even start with the Niners.
It'll be
and the Vikings again, for Christ's sake. The damn Niners.
I still have faith in the Niners. We'll get to that again later.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
But just to recap our week 8 picks.
You're a bully with the Niners. They're terrible.
I like Shanahan.
Is Von Miller a Hall of Famer?
Probably not yet. I mean, how many? I'd have to look at the numbers to make an honest assessment.
I have this from Stat.
Oh, this is one of my trivia questions later.
Oh shit!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But since 2000, he's only he's third in sacks behind Ware and Suggs.
Then it's probably a yes.
Yeah, probably and then the other one is his sacks throughout. He had 18.
If you're third in sacks over the last 20 years, I'd say that's a Hall of Fame.
You're top status. 5 in your position in 20 years. That means a Hall of Fame. Yeah, I got it. I was thinking about that today, but do you have anything else on the
Well, I was just going to recap our
Robert
week 8
Mathis
picks.
a Hall of Famer, you think?
I don't think the longevity.
I don't think better name.
I don't think
Robert Mathis.
That's just a lame name.
Long enough.
Or John Abraham.
Is Dwight Freeney still waiting?
He's still waiting, and then Von Miller might not get in. But dude, because Von Miller won a Super Bowl MVP and had those numbers. That's a big.
Von's not that far off. He's at 110 career sacks.
That's what I mean.
You're looking at guys ahead of him like Mathis, Freeney. We're at 125. Derek Thomas, he's in the Hall of Fame. John Abraham, 133. He's not. Jared Allen, 136. He's not. DeMarcus Ware, 138. I think he might make it.
Yeah.
And then Terrell Suggs, 139.
See, those names like John Abraham and Robert Mathis, those are lame names that keep you out of the Hall of Fame. They're just too simple and plain, not a lot of flair.
Robert Mathis gets, because he won a Super Bowl with Peyton, right? He was on that team in 06 or
so was Freeney.
Yeah, no. And Freeney I'd put ahead of Mathis, I would think, right?
He's more memorable for sure. That fucking lethal spin movie.
When he had a long, right. He had a longer career. He
and
played
Mathis
in a Super Bowl for the Falcons when they lost to the Patriots. He was in that game. Yeah, I think he had a sack in that game.
So just to recap our week 8 picks, we bet 7 games every week against the spread. Jimmy, you won the week for the first time at 4-3. Brad, you were 3-4, and I was 2-5. Which I was surprised I was 2-5 on the picks last week, judging by how bad my day. But my bets, I'm parlaying everything together. I'm addicted to parlays, man. I'll quit smoking before I quit making parlays. Dude, I swear.
Every bet you sent on that picture, it was like everything is like 3 teams, and I'm like, wait, what?
So I stopped trying to even figure it out.
Read the handwriting, and then I'm like, all right,
it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
It looks good when I fill it all out, and then when I start.
What do you take when you wake up on Sunday? What do you take that makes you? Oh, this is.
Well, I had some. What did I have? I had scrambled eggs and biscuits and gravy.
Oh my
God. Then
you know how to make
then
that?
I take a walk to the store and
how do you make gravy?
my beverages. You buy a mixed packet of gravy and then boil
like a dry
some milk
This
and
ain't the
stir
home
it
cooking
together.
network.
Nah.
You put the biscuits in the oven.
I didn't know you
beneath
could make gravy though.
Yeah.
I really didn't know
Jimmy,
that.
our Sunday morning was a little different, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went out to the dispensary over in Illinois, and saw some of the people out there and got a taste for the land of Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. I need to get a handful of gummies and just wake up 9 a.m, pound a handful of gummies, about 200 milligrams, and then about an hour and a half later, I make my picks for the day. And I swear there'll be more of a calmness to me, and I won't just be rushing in 16
he never makes it to the 3:00 games.
In fairness, dude, I think yesterday, you're not in like the minority or whatever. Though, like with the Bengals going down, everyone got killed.
I have heard from most of the content I've consumed today that everybody kind of got murdered this weekend.
And when the fucking Chiefs lose tonight, Brad will be fucked in that pick 'em too, because the Giants are coming into. How can I even say without laughing? The Giants are coming into Arrowhead and winning on Monday night.
Yeah,
you never know.
I can't.
I mean, hey,
I do like Danny Dimes. I wish the Giants had a little bit more healthy weapons on offense, but I do believe in Danny Dimes.
Kadarius Toney or whatever is playing tonight.
He is confirmed to play.
So
and no Galladay and no Barkley. So kind of their best receiver and their best running back.
Shepard's out as well. So it's
dude,
got to be it's got to be Darius Slayton and Kadarius Toney.
We could be there out throwing lollipops, and we could probably beat that Chiefs secondary right now, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we could run some hook.
We had that orange football. That orange football.
That orange football was so easy to catch.
Oh, that was dope, man. We used to whoop some ass with that bad boy.
What do you think about Bill owning Herbert again? Your buddy.
I think it just came down to one bad throw. And it was a little bit of a mix-up between Jared Cook and Herbert. Herbert was under a little bit of pressure, got rid of the ball quick in the flat.
I know the play, but
I mean, the Chargers are winning going into the fourth quarter. I mean, it wasn't a 45-0 loss like it was last year.
No,
I think they had one shitty year when they didn't know who their quarterback was, and now that they got a guy that's buying into the system and isn't all about himself, I think the Patriots are just good again. They're not great. They're not going to win. They're not.
They can use a number one receiver.
They can. Well, definitely. But I'm saying if doing that to a team like the Chargers, that, and just try. I think they're just.
I mean,
better. Like they're not good, but I'm glad they're not in the Broncos division. Like I'd rather have the Raiders than having to play the fucking Patriots twice a year, because they're just good. They're not going to ever be terrible. Like with Bill Belichick there, they won't.
They're a threat to make the playoffs, but that's the highest expectation I can put on them. They've beaten the Jets twice, and they've beaten the Texans. Yesterday, they finally get a decent win against the Chargers. So let's not go crazy about them.
I just think it lowers my expectations of Herbert, I guess. I think maybe
Tom Brady struggled against that defense. Dak Prescott struggled against that defense. So
it's Bill Belichick. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like
he finds a way to shut people down.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, man. We know that.
Yeah. You knew Bill cooked up something special.
I'm coming for trivia tonight too, man. When we come back to this bitch, I'm winning tonight.
Right on. We'll see about that. So good week 8 recap. Let's take a quick break. And we'll
see I got the trivia right. I'm closing the book.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Next.
All right. Quick break, and we'll come back with some trivia.
Right on.
See you guys in a minute.
Yeah.
All right.